You've prayed, you've fasted, you've declared every scripture you know over your situation, and yet nothing. The job hasn't come, the healing feels distant, the relationship is still broken. The dream remains out of reach. It's like heaven has gone silent, and every day you're met with the same answer: wait. But waiting isn't passive, is it? It's agony. It's waking up each morning wondering if today is the day your faith finally pays off. It's scrolling through social media, watching others celebrate their breakthroughs while yours feels perpetually stuck in limbo. You start to wonder, is God ignoring me? Did I miss a sign? Am I being punished? Here's the raw truth. Your frustration isn't a lack of faith. It's a human response to divine delay. Even the prophet Habakkuk, a man who literally spoke with God, wrestled with this tension. He cried out, "How long, Lord, must I call for help, but you do not listen?" Habakkuk 1 verse 2. Sound familiar? But buried in Habakkuk's angst is a revelation so counterintuitive, so divine, it flips the script on what we think we know about waiting. God's response to him: "The vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it linger, wait for it." Habakkuk 2 verse 3 isn't a brush-off. It's a masterclass in the hidden work God does in the delay. What if the breakthrough you're begging for isn't just about the what, but the when? What if the delay isn't denial, but divine engineering? Let's unravel why God's timing isn't just better than yours, it's smarter. Habakkuk isn't some detached spiritual guru. He's a relatable mess of emotions. His world is falling apart. Injustice runs rampant. Violence thrives. And God seems indifferent. Habakkuk 1 verses 3 and 4. When God finally answers, it's not what he wants to hear. "I'm raising up the Babylonians, ruthless, sweeping everything in their path." Habakkuk 1 verses 6 to 10. Wait, Babylonians? Habakkuk's people were already suffering, and God's solution is to send more chaos? This feels like divine irony. But here's the twist. God isn't ignoring the problem. He's orchestrating a solution bigger than Habakkuk's imagination. Our breakthroughs often stall because we're fixated on our version of a solution. We want God to fix the marriage now, launch the business now, heal the body now. But what if God isn't just resolving your issue? He's dismantling systems, rearranging circumstances, and preparing you for a victory that outlasts your lifetime. Habakkuk 2 verse 3 doesn't say, "Your breakthrough is coming soon." It says, "The vision is yet for an appointed time." The Hebrew word for appointed, mode, isn't arbitrary. It's a sacred, fixed moment in God's plan, like a celestial alignment. Think of it as divine choreography. God isn't just working on you. He's working on every person, resource, and condition connected to your promise. Imagine a farmer planting seeds in winter. No matter how much he prays, those seeds won't sprout until the soil, temperature, and sunlight converge. Similarly, your breakthrough isn't just about your readiness. It's about the ecosystem around your promise. That job, God might be preparing the team you'll lead. That healing, He might be positioning someone to witness your testimony. The delay isn't inactivity, it's synchronization. Here's the secret. God cares more about who you become than what you get. The Apostle Paul said, "Suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope." Romans 5 verses 3 and 4. Notice the progression. Suffering isn't the enemy of breakthrough. It's the incubator. In the wait, God is detoxifying your motives. Early in my journey, I prayed for a promotion, not realizing I wanted it to outshine others, not serve them. God delayed until my heart shifted. Sometimes, He withholds the thing to give you the character to steward it. He's also pruning your dependencies. When everything's going well, it's easy to confuse God's blessings with God Himself. But in the desert of waiting, you learn to crave the giver, not the gifts. As Habakkuk concludes, "Even if the fig tree does not bud, yet I will rejoice in the Lord." Chapter 3 verses 17 and 18. Delayed breakthroughs train us to find joy in God, not just His blessings. Let's get real. Waiting isn't a spiritual talent. It's a grind. Habakkuk 2 verse 3 doesn't gloss over this. God admits the vision will linger. Some translations say, tarry. The Hebrew word yitmama here is visceral. It's the ache of watching the horizon for a ship that never sails into view. It's the sigh of checking your inbox for the 10th time that day. But here's the kicker. God doesn't just tell us to wait. He tells us how to wait. And this is where most of us miss the playbook. First, write the vision, but not like a to-do list. God tells Habakkuk to write the vision plainly on tablets so that a runner can read it. This isn't about journaling your angst, though that's okay too. It's about creating a rallying cry. In ancient times, messages were carved into stone and placed in public squares so messengers could sprint through towns shouting the news. Your vision isn't just for you, it's a manifesto for others. When my cousin battled cancer, she wrote her healing scriptures on sticky notes and plastered them around her house. Years later, her daughter found one tucked behind a mirror during her own health crisis and clung to it. Your written faith becomes a lifeline for someone else's storm. Write it bold. Write it loud. Let your declaration outlive your doubt. Second, live by faith, not by fumes. Habakkuk 2 verse 4 delivers one of the Bible's most quoted lines. The righteous shall live by faith. But we often spiritualize this into a meme when it's actually a survival tactic. Living by faith means funding your hope when your emotions are bankrupt. It's choosing to praise when the medical report is grim. It's applying for the job when you've been rejected a dozen times. Faith isn't denial, it's defiance. It's David picking up 5 stones when one should have been enough. 1 Samuel 17 verse 40. It's stocking the pantry before the paycheck clears. Faith isn't passive. It's preparing for the promise while you can't yet see it. Third, lament like it's a spiritual language. Most believers treat lament like a weak faith. Not Habakkuk. He opens his book with, "How long, Lord, must I call for help? Why do you make me look at injustice?" Chapter 1, verses 2 and 3. God isn't intimidated by your anger. He's alarmed by your silence. Lament is how you stay engaged with God when he feels distant. It's the difference between a couple screaming through a fight, they still care, and 2 strangers sitting silently in a room. Pour out your confusion, yell your why into the void. The Psalms are 50% praise, 50% rage, and God calls all of it worship. Your raw honesty doesn't delay the breakthrough. It detoxifies your soul to receive it. Fourth, build altars in the wilderness. While you wait, create markers of God's faithfulness so far. When the Israelites wandered the desert, they built altars at every miracle, crossing the Red Sea, water from a rock. Exodus 17 verse 15. Why? Because waiting can blur your memory. You forget the bills God paid, the doors he opened. So light a candle for every prayer answered. Save screenshots of encouraging texts. Take a photo of the sunset on the day you didn't give up. These altars become evidence that the God who showed up then is still working now. Here's the truth. The delay isn't a holding pattern, it's a training ground. Every act of faith, every scrawled prayer, every gut-level lament is conditioning you to carry the weight of your promise. Fruit isn't grown in a day. It's forged by seasons of rain, wind, and relentless sun. So don't just wait. Write, fight, weep, build, and watch how the tarrying becomes the very thing that makes your breakthrough unstoppable. You know that moment in a symphony, just before the music begins? The orchestra hums with tension, musicians adjusting their chairs, breath held in brass instruments, bows hovering above strings. The silence isn't empty, it's charged. Every second of that pause is as intentional as the crescendo about to erupt. Why? Because timing isn't just about sound, it's about harmony. One note too soon, and the magic collapses. This is the hidden power of your waiting season. Habakkuk 2 verse 3 doesn't just say the vision will arrive. It says, at the end, it will speak. The Hebrew word for speak here, yafiach, doesn't mean a whisper. It means to pant, to rush forth, like a lion finally unleashing its roar. Your breakthrough isn't just an event, it's a declaration. A cosmic announcement that every tear, every sleepless night, every whispered prayer mattered. That the delay wasn't a detour, it was the road. Let me tell you about my friend Marcus. For 14 years, he felt called to start a mentorship program for at-risk youth. He had the vision, the passion, even donors ready to fund it. But doors kept slamming shut, permits denied, partners backing out. "It's like God dangled this dream in front of me, then hid it," he told me. During the wait, he wrestled with doubt, even depression. But he kept showing up, volunteering at shelters, studying urban policy, building relationships with community leaders. Then, in 2020, when racial tensions erupted globally, Marcus's city became a hotspot for protests. Local officials scrambled to address systemic inequities. Guess who they called? The guy who'd spent a decade quietly serving, learning, and earning trust. Suddenly, his failed plans made sense. The mentorship program launched with government backing, corporate sponsors, and a waiting list of teens. "If I'd forced this to happen sooner," Marcus said, "I'd have built a small solution for a big problem. But God needed my obedience in the wait to birth something that could heal a city." This is the scandal of divine timing. God isn't just answering your prayer. He's answering prayers you haven't prayed yet, for people you haven't met yet. The delay is where he weaves your story into a grander narrative. Think of Ruth, gleaning barley in a stranger's field, unaware her hunger would position her as King David's ancestor. Or Joseph, rotting in prison, clueless that his pain was preparing him to save nations. What looks like a pause to you is God scripting a plot twist that'll leave generations speechless. But here's what I need you to hear. The appointed time isn't some distant, abstract deadline. It's alive. It's moving. Like a seed germinating underground, your breakthrough is already in motion. Jesus said, "The kingdom of God is as if a man should scatter seed on the ground. He sleeps and rises night and day, and the seed sprouts and grows. He knows not how." Mark 4 verses 26 and 27. You may not see growth, but beneath the soil of your waiting, roots are spreading. Nutrients are being absorbed. Life is building momentum. And one morning, maybe when you've stopped obsessively checking the soil, a green shoot will crack through the dirt. That's why you can't afford to waste the wait resenting God's timing. This season is your secret training ground. Every day you choose gratitude over bitterness, faith over fear. You're not just killing time, you're building spiritual muscle. David didn't defeat Goliath because he woke up one day feeling brave. He did it because tending sheep in the wilderness taught him to fight lions with his bare hands. Your delay is developing in you the courage, wisdom, and resilience to handle the breakthrough when it comes. I'll leave you with this. In 2019, archaeologists discovered a 2,000-year-old seed in the ruins of Herod's palace. It was a date palm seed, long considered extinct. Scientists planted it skeptically. Weeks later, it sprouted. Today, Methuselah, as they named the tree, stands over 10 feet tall, a living testament to this truth. What looks dead to the human eye is merely dormant in God's hands. Your promise isn't late. It's not forgotten. It's preserved. And when the vision finally speaks, when your healing manifests, your child comes home, your purpose ignites, it won't just bless you. It will roar with a timbre so rich, so layered with divine timing, that others will hear it and find courage to keep waiting for their own appointed time. So let the devil call it a delay. Let the world call it denial. You call it what it is. Divine curation. God isn't stalling. He's sculpting. Not just a breakthrough, but a legacy. And legacies aren't built in a day. Hold on. Breathe deep. The wait is almost over. And when the roar comes, you'll realize it was never just about you. It was about everyone who will ever hear your story and whisper, if God did it for them, He can do it for me. Now that's a breakthrough worth waiting for.